Hey guys, MetalJesus here, and today I thought it might be kind of fun to do some game hunting on Craigslist. Now, it used to be a couple years ago that Craigslist was the place to go for, finding all those great deals. And over the last couple of years, it seems like other sites have come around and given some competition, obviously OfferUp as well as Facebook Marketplace. And so I don't go back to Craigslist quite as often, but I do go back every probably a month or so because in the Seattle area, Craigslist is still used quite a bit. So I thought it might be kind of fun to go and do some game hunting on here. I haven't been on the site in quite a while. I don't know if we'll find anything, but it could be fun to just see what's out there. So let's jump into it, shall we? So right off the bat, yeah, you can see at the top here that there is 498 listings just in the video game section, which is always a good sign. And right off the bat, I'm seeing something kind of interesting here. So here's a multi-cart for the NES. That's interesting. Huh. So I'm not really looking for anything in particular. Typically, I'm always looking for kind of interesting and unusual things. The only thing that I really jump on is big box PC games if they show up, because that's pretty unusual. We do see a Space Invaders game here, or an arcade machine. That's pretty cool. Looks like it's in pretty decent condition. It's got a little bit of a beat up there on the corner. How much are they asking? Worked great for years. Okay, started to glitch. It's been sitting unused. Okay, so it may need a new motherboard. So selling as is for 150 bucks. Interesting. Another thing I'm also kind of curious about seeing is just the price of current gen stuff. So here is a PS5 digital new in box for $700. The reason why I think this is kind of interesting, I already have one of these. I have the physical, the one that plays discs. But I'm always kind of curious to see, so many of these were scalped and resold for like $1,000 just 3 months ago. So it's interesting to see them dropping down to the 700 price range, at least for the digital version. I don't recommend people buy a scalped version unless you really, really need one. It's my hope that people will be able to get them for retail like I did. I think if you are patient, you certainly will. Here's some N64 games. Interesting. Always nice seeing N64 games. So here's the PS5 disc version for $735. Again, that's about $300 less than we saw just a couple months ago. So clearly the resellers are having to discount them. Here's one for $640. Again, not recommending you buy them by any means. I'm just simply pointing out what the market is doing right now. Here's a Fallout 4 Pip-Boy. I remember when these were announced, I was shocked at how big they are. Like, they're freaking massive. Like, there's no way you would actually use this. It's just completely for show, but I think that's pretty funny. 150 bucks, huh? So here's some Super Nintendo games. All of them for 60 bucks. Tested and works. That might be about right. I don't see anything super rare in there. I don't know. Of course, I stopped buying Super Nintendo games a while ago. What is this? Yeah, I know Pokemon is out of control these days. So this is a store. That looks like, okay, Game Bound. All right. So this is that store that I did a video on a while ago. And so, yeah, not a lot, but often local stores will post their stuff on here. Sometimes I will filter them out. So just so you know that on Craigslist, you can up here do a minus sign and game bound, and that would remove anything with that text in it. You can also put things like wanted. I might do that because I don't really care, about that stuff. So what is this? Vintage Tiger handheld video game. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that. I wonder, what is that? Vintage Tiger handheld video game. Does it take an overlay? That's really weird to me. I'm sure somebody out there is very familiar with this, but I don't know what the heck that is. For $5. Interesting. Some PSP accessories. Oh, okay. It's a PSP and a bunch of accessories here. Oh, that's cool. Okay. They've got the headphones too. And yeah, Nirvana. I'm tempted to collect more of the UMDs because I do like them. I don't necessarily watch them, but it is cool. I have that Doom one right there, and that is one of them that I will watch. I love that movie, actually. Nirvana. Interesting. How much is all this? Serious buyers, 125. Huh. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. Oh, here's something cool. Okay. Somebody's selling their 27-inch Sony Trinitron retro gaming color TV. That's cool. So S-Video, composite. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty retro. So that's cool. For $100, man, if it actually works. That's the thing, is that, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you'd balk at this. You'd be like, who'd pay $100 for an old school TV? But nowadays, actually, you might, especially for a good Sony one. I mean, I'm not familiar with that particular model, but that might actually be a good deal for somebody. Arcade cocktail. So is this a main machine, or is this is actual Pac-Man? What is this? Oh, okay, so it's got a bunch of games on it. Yeah, there was a time when I thought about getting a cocktail arcade setup, because it is nice, because you can have chairs around it, and it's designed for multiplayer. You can put a drink on it, which I think is pretty cool. If I had more room, I probably would get one of these for sure. I remember the first time I played Frogger was on one of these machines, probably in a Shakey's Pizza or something. By the way, if I'm missing anything on here, you'll let me know down in the comments. Last time I did one of these, you guys were screaming in the comments that I skipped over something really obvious. Knockout vending punching machine. Oh, dude, Paul would love this. Actually, I think this is what he and Kinsey were playing down in Portland. We went to a retro gaming arcade, and they had one of these, and that's cool. $1,800. Wow. I don't need it, but Paul would probably be all over it. I do love seeing vintage Atari 2600 games in here. That's cool. Yeah, there is somebody over in South Seattle Skyway who consistently posts a bunch of Atari stuff. So they've got a massive collection. They do several of these posts all the time. And again, it's a good starter kit. I mean, well, $495 though. Ugh, boy, I haven't been following the prices of Atari at all, so I don't know if that's a good deal or not. It seems a little high to me, to be honest. That's probably why it's been on here so long. But yeah, I swear they could go into Pink Gorilla and get all of those for probably $5. But again, I bought mine so long ago, I don't know what the current prices are. But that does seem a little high to me. Also, Atari, this is the same person, Skyway. An Atari 400 computer, that's cool. Any software? No. It's a clean looking machine though, actually. That looks pretty good. I like the look of that computer too. It's so iconic, you know what I mean? That I didn't own one of these back in the day because I was a Commodore 64 kid, but that look, man, that's an iconic looking computer. Very cool. Some ColecoVision games. Nice to see those. Cleopatra Pinball. So an actual pinball machine. That's cool. Yeah, pinball is another thing that I would be tempted to get maybe one in my game room. But the thing is, I don't know, because they're so big, right? Like, which one do you get? The Kiss pinball would be tempting because I'm such a big Kiss fan. But it's cool seeing pinball for sale on there. Vector iMobile game. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? iMobile game power. Never tested. Means it probably don't work. What is that? That's so weird. Does it play cartridges? That would be tempting to get just to mess around with and see if it would run Doom or Crisis at 5 frames a second. Huh, $15. Oh, looks like there's an Odyssey 2 on here. I do have one of these. Actually, I had a neighbor, my best friend. What is that? Is that a piece of food? What is that? It's like a piece of beef jerky. I have no idea what that is. But that box and that logo brings up the feels, man. Like, he had one of these things. It wasn't a great gaming system. I mean, it was okay, but we would play this thing. It was hilarious. Awesome. Yeah, I actually had a cool little joystick like that. No games, though, it looks like. Still. How much was that? $65. Oh, look. Stadia. Ah, the thing that could have been. Brand new. Unopened, probably. Sealed in the box. Stadia. Retail price, $99. They're selling for $49. What a deal. That was sarcasm. Well, that's cool. $60, huh? That's a little creepy with their head ripped off. Halo Cortana fan art framed. Weird. Not a print. This is an original graphite pencil fan art by an artist friend. What is the story with that? Like, do they got more stuff like that? It's so interesting. Did they work at Microsoft or something? Huh. Or it was a gift to a Microsoft employee? Oh, cool. Okay, Mortal Kombat Arcade. $500. Yeah, a little bit beat up. Does it work? Oh, does not have the PCB. Okay. But original wiring, so I don't know what these go for. So they maybe go for $1,000, $2,000. So this would be a project one. It's funny though, you can look and see that they've got other stuff. Again, this would be one where I would probably reach out and say, what else you got? But I don't need another arcade machine. Like I said, it's a space issue. Oh yeah, these are pretty cool. We did a whole I Hate You episode on these things. So these are motion tracked, like plug and play TV. They're motion tracked TV plug and play games. And so, for instance, this bowling ball one here, you put your fingers in and it tracks your hand. I haven't played this one, but it looks, yeah, there's a tennis one, a golf one, a boxing one. These are kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, I still have the box or the bowling one, and it's kind of fun. We did a whole I Hate You episode on it, and we had way more fun than we should have. So $39 for all of these. That is tempting. Do I need this? No. Would I actually play it if I had a party and some people over? Hell yeah. I might actually jump on that one. Interesting. Some tabletop games. That's cool. I know people who collect these big time. Got a little bit of a glue, that classic glue stain there. Oh yeah, is that supposed to be like that? The pencil marks, or is that looks weird? But maybe it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, these were definitely used and loved, but that can be part of the charm. $180. Wow. Huh. That seems high, but wouldn't surprise me if those are collectible now. Retro Stone portable game console, $130. It's an emulator. Okay, so maybe runs Raspberry Pi or something. Does that look small, or maybe that's just Retro Stone? Huh. Looks kind of cool. But, you know, with these, it's you never know if it's actually going to be any good. And 130 bucks, I don't know. But the other thing I like to do is hop into, or at least do a search under toys and electronics. Some people miss post in those, or sometimes they're kind of confused. So let's go. So here's the Lego set. Those are all promo. Okay. I was like, those are promo shots there, but looks like they have it. Oh, it's new. Okay. As well as a bunch of Nintendo 3DS games. Huh. Pokemon's, and how much? 20 bucks. Okay. But they know how much, well, I know Pokemon goes for a lot. I mean, 40 may be low. That's interesting. I have a lot of these. I'm not a big Pokemon collector, so don't get me wrong. I'm not super excited for that, but I do know that there's a lot of value in that stuff. Although Kirby Planet Robobot, that's an awesome game. I love that game. Also, Splinter Cell 3D is pretty cool. And Heroes of Ruin, that's kind of like a Diablo-like dungeon crawler. That's pretty cool too. That's a good little list of stuff there. Rent for a weekend. I've never seen this before. Someone's willing to rent out their N64 or their Dreamcast. I've never seen somebody do this before. That's a trip. That makes sense, I guess. I mean, it is becoming more expensive. So here's somebody who is willing to rent out their retro gaming consoles, Atari 2600, Genesis. I've never seen that before. Wow, that's wild. Well, anyways, guys, that is a quick little search on Craigslist here in Seattle. And as you can see, there is a lot of stuff on there, and it changes all the time. And every time I go into it, I'm always surprised and see something that I've never seen before. That's kind of one of the fun things about living in this area, is that it's kind of a video game mecca, and there's a lot of gamers buying and selling all the time. And while I don't see anything this time that I probably want to jump at, although that motion control thing is something I would be tempted in, but I don't have to have that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this quick little surfing of Craigslist in Seattle. Let me know if I just passed over something that you're like, really? I can't believe you didn't even point that out. Because as you see, there's a lot going on there. So be curious if there was something that I missed, because let me know in the comments. Maybe I could do a follow-up where I actually go out and get it. That could be pretty fun too. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and take care.